Hello. I am going to demonstrate Potter USA's newest ear wire former. This allows you to make consistently sized, repeatable ear wires, which is one of the more difficult things to do, is to always have making the same shape and size of ear wire over and over again. So this particular former, we just listed it on the site today, and this is for making matching kidney style ear wires. So these kidney style ear wires, if you are not familiar, they have this little catch, that allows your earring to stay latched in place. Basically, it makes it a very secure connection. And this tool, the Earwire Former 3, makes that possible. It makes it really easy. So I'm just going to do a quick little demo showing you how it's used. We have 3 different styles available on the website, which is potterusa.com. And I'm just going to walk you through it really quick. So the first thing you'll want to do is grab some half-hard 20 gauge wire. I'm using sterling silver. And take the very tip of a pair of round nose pliers. Try and get it to focus. And you want to make a U-shaped bend right at that very tip. Oops. See if you can see that. So you want that little tiny loop. That is going to be your catch for the kidney wire earring. After you do that, oh, actually, you know what? I skipped a step. I'm going to go back. Okay. First thing you want to do, actually, is cut your wire to length. So this line right here on this number 1 arm, that is the length of the wire that you need to create the ear wire. So I'm going to line up my wire here and then just take a pair of flush cutters and trim it. And this will give you the consistent length wire you need to make this ear wire. So now that I have that, I'm going to take my round nose pliers right at the very tip. You just need a tiny little U-shaped bend. Oops. Do a little bit more. Let's see, get that to focus. So this little tiny hook shape is what's going to be the catch for your ear wire. So now we will form it. This is the Earwire Former 3 base. What we're going to do is make sure that all of these arms are away from this center piece. And then you want to insert this wire. The hook needs to be either facing up, so it's not flat against the surface of the former. It's either pointing up or it's pointing down. And depending on which direction it faces, will make a left or a right side earring so that you can have mirror image hooks. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to make sure that this hook end, if you can see that, is pointing up. And I'm inserting it against this little tiny, little peninsula thing of the former. Let me see if I can zoom in at all. Okay. So I'm going to insert that wire. My loop is curving up this direction. It's not laying flat. So I'm going to hold that in place. And then you want to take arm 1, and press it into the center. That's going to lock that U-shaped piece in place. I'll show you what that looks like now. So it gives it that little kink, that little bend. So put that back. The next thing you want to do is you want to keep pressure on the first arm, and then with your fingers pull the loose end of the wire, the free end, up and around this centerpiece right here. Just sort of hold it in place a little bit with your finger, and with the thumb of your other hand, press the number 2 arm against that center piece. Now you can let go of the first arm. You're just holding on to the second. That will hold it in place. I like to kind of bend that wire down just a little bit and then use arm 3 and press that into the center piece as well. And there we go. That is it. Now you'll remove the arms and pull your ear wire off. Oops, there we go. You can see there's the little hook that we created. And then to latch this ear wire, you just push this loose end and lock it into that hook. You can finish the ends of the ear wire, finish it however you'd like. But that is the basics of how to use this ear wire former number 3 from Potter USA. We'll do one more, just because. Okay, so yeah, if you're just joining us, I'm showing you how to use our newest ear wire former from Potter USA. This is great for anyone, whether you're a metalsmith and you already make your own ear wires, or you are just getting started in jewelry, or you want to just make your own. Having a handmade ear wire really can elevate your jewelry. So this former in particular, it forms these kidney ear wires, and these are, in my opinion, one of the hardest styles to make consistently and repeatable. So that is why we designed this tool. All right. Where did I put my wire? All right. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll just kind of go through what I already talked about. This mark right here on the number 1 arm. Let me scoot you over a little bit so you can see that. This engraved line right here, this is the length of wire that you're going to need to make a single ear wire. So what we're going to do first is line up 20 gauge sterling silver half hard wire. You can be more precise when you do it. I'm getting as close as I can for the demo. So here's the cut wire, the exact length we'll need. Then you'll need a pair of round nose pliers. You want to grab the very end of the wire. Oops, let's see if I can show you. Grasp it right at the end and then form the end of the wire into a U shape. Oops, let's see. This will create the catch for your ear wire. Next up, you want to make sure that all of these arms are turned away from this center piece of the former. And then the arms are labeled, so there's 1, 2, and 3, so that it's easy to follow. So this is the hook. When you insert the wire, you either want the hook to be curving upward or curving downward, like toward the base. You want to make sure that it's not flat against the surface of the former. So the first time I did the wire curving up. So this time I'm going to turn it over and we're going to have the hook curving down. So what I'm going to do is I'm holding the ear wire in place. I guess I'm not really off camera. I thought I might be. So we're going to hold it in place straight in and against this tiny little peninsula portion of this center section. Then we'll take arm 1, press it, oops, a weird angle, press it in against the former. So now you've trapped that hook. The next thing you want to do is use this hand, keep this arm locked in place, and then move this wire around the top of this center section. This is just going to align the metal to get it in better position for forming. So now we've locked this hook in place. We're going to flip this around and press arm number 2 onto the wire against the center piece. There we go. And now you can let go of number 1 because the number 2 arm holds that in place. Then I just like to use my finger, kind of push that wire down, and then press arm 3 in toward the center of the former. And now you can let it all go. And there you go. This is what half-hard 20 gauge wire will look like directly after it's removed from the former. And then you can simply use the springiness of the half-hard wire and latch that end of the ear wire. Oops, let me grab that. I dropped it. Oops, and there we go. So this is one of 3 different ear wire formers that we currently have, powderusa.com, and we're hoping to make even more. So please let us know if you have any questions. You can always reach out to us at through the website, powderusa.com. We're a small business, family run. We manufacture tools for jewelers. So thanks y'all for watching, and if you're interested, I will do more demos on the other styles at a later date.